What up? It is Bones, and in this one, we're going to take a look at my next figure in my McFarlane DC Multiverse collection. Now, this will be an animated figure, and I do not put those with my regular McFarlane DC Multiverse. I put those up here with my DC animated movies collection. But let's get into it. Today it's going to be Teen Titans Cyborg, Vic Stone. Pretty much a big fan of this Teen Titans series. Watched it when I was younger. Pretty fun series. I really like the Robin versus Slade little like story arc that they had. It was pretty awesome. Pretty happy to finally open up the package for this one. This is going to be the first time I've actually had it in my hands, getting it out of the package. So let's take a look at this guy. Of course, first of all, as always, you receive one basic black McFarlane DC stand. These are pretty useful. This guy is a little bit hard to stand if you don't know how to do it, so I'll explain that. But these always come in handy. Up next, you do have his data file card. Has an image of Cyborg, and in the back it talks a little bit about him, so pretty cool. He does come with one accessory, that is this plasma blast effect with where his hand turns into like a blaster, transforms into like a blaster. It's pretty cool. Now, people were saying they wish it would have came with this detachable. That way you could show them with just the blaster hand and not have to have this long, effect on the tip. But actually, if you like work it, it actually pops off. So you could remove this and then add just the blaster onto his hand. Now, I did notice that this peg hole doesn't let it like slide deep into the peg, but you could bore this out using a Dremel or even a drill and get it to slide all the way back in, which I'll be doing. And another thing you might be able to do is maybe find like some kind of clear round, like maybe like a jewel material or like glass or like a button, and stick that in here, and that would kind of give it like a little bit more aesthetic look, but you could stick it on like that as well. And then, but if you want, you could always just stick the effect back on there. Pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Cyborg himself. Now, even though he's in the animated style, he does look pretty good. One thing, he can't look up that high, so I might modify him that way to give him like a little bit more head dexterity where he could look up. But looking at the head, they did a really nice job with this like transparent plastic, and then if you look inside, you could see like his brain and his like circuits and stuff like that. Pretty cool face sculpt, like pretty reminiscent of the cartoon. He's a pretty kind of like bulky figure, not too big, but he does weigh a little bit. He has some substance to him, and he's like nicely sculpted in his simplicity, which means like he doesn't really have a lot of like detail sculpting like a lot of McFarlane's figures do, but the sculpting that he does have, it's just simple but clean, which is, you know, pretty nice sometimes as well. Moving down, he has a little bit of waist articulation. I really like how McFarlane's getting the joint from the top torso to the abdomen like really tight. Looks pretty cool and clean. It doesn't break up the sculpt. If you look at the arms, you know, he has a lot of movement. Up here at the bicep, he does have a bicep cut, like above the bicep, but you could twist it. Now, the elbow articulation is a little bit short. It does have the ratchet in there, but it doesn't go too far up or too far straight. So he's always going to have like a little bend in his elbow. But these are just like nitpick things about these figures, because of course this is an animated style one. So I mean, it's not a big deal. And like I always say, these are like little works of art. I'm going to put him up on my shelf and he's just going to be there, you know, displayed. So it's okay. Of course, the wrists have the same articulation like your basic McFarlane figure. You could actually turn the ball and get different dexterity. So that's always good. I wish they would have made the fist. I wish he would have came with an extra fist so he could have two fists, but it is what it is. You could always put the blaster on this side, which would look pretty cool. Moving down, like I say, he doesn't have too much sculpt, but he does have that clear plastic work right above the knee. And then he does have smooth double jointed knees going down into his feet. He has the same McFarlane ball articulation where you could manipulate it so you could get rocker and you could go front and back. And of course he has toe articulation. Pretty cool. Now, checking out the bottom, he has a little bit of tread on those big feet. And then moving up to the back, I mean the same, you got that clear plastic and then a really smooth sculpt. Not a lot of different detail, but it's clean. And the back of his head's pretty cool too. You could see like his brains and then that little circle where in the show he would like hook stuff up to the back of his head, like for his power and stuff. Is pretty cool. He's pretty nice. Like I say, he's just gonna go up on the shelf. Now, I've heard rumors that McFarlane said he is gonna try and make the rest of the team. Of course, like I said before, it'd be cool if they just made Beast Boy and you just had him and Beast Boy, which would be pretty cool, or him and Robin. But then if you were to get that deep, I guess they would just dive in and do the rest of them, which would be pretty cool to have the whole animated set of the Teen Titans. Or maybe even if they made the Slade, that would be pretty cool. But whatever, you know, whatever they could do. He's a nice figure. Don't have too many Cyborg figures. Of course, I have my DC Universe Classic Cyborgs. And I've been looking for the Flashpoint Cyborg for a good price. So eventually I'll pick up one of those. So this is one of the only other Cyborgs that I have in my collection. But like I said, when I'm done with this, I'll show you right here. He's going to be up on the shelf, and that's where he's going to stay for now, kicking it with the rest of the McFarlane animated style figures. I'll also do a comparison. We'll compare him to the Devastator and the Mattel Multiverse Beast Boy for some scaling. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get him out of the way so I could get some other figures that I want to review that I've already received. So I'll get those opened up and then start doing those, which would be pretty cool. So thanks a lot for watching. Stay safe out there. See you on the next one.